Additional to those meetings in Herzogenaurach and Sao Paulo, also several important meetings took place at the headquarters in Basel. Presidents of member federations as well as representatives of partners, clubs and other sports federations came to participate at meetings at the IHF head office. The meeting room includes all modern facilities such as translators boxes and technical installations for audio and video conferences to have the perfect working atmosphere in all decision-making processes.
Our task is not only to deal with the Hawaii handball family, but also to relate with other stakeholders which influence the world of sports. From representative point of view, the International Handball Federation cooperate with the sport organization like IOC, IHF, and WADA. Handball has its importance in the world of sport, and I hope to fulfill my task in representing the handball family to shape the future of our sport as part of the Olympic sport family in the IOC. Decision-making boards in IHF and to ANOC, here I wanted to stop in order to give, in the name of all of you, our congratulations to our brother Sheikh Ahmed Al-Fahd on his election as the president of ANOC and the president of the Olympic Solidarity. And as you well know, sea handball has a major significance in the worldwide.
Handball is a very interesting sport. A lot of people, millions of people follow, participate in this sport. It's one of the team sports on the Olympic program. It has been developed a lot since the last 2 decades. The main area for this sport was Europe. Europe is still leading the whole world in handball. For that, we have to do a lot, although it's very important in the Olympic program, although it's very important in the game. Everybody remember Australia, Sydney game, London game. The stadium was full. The people was very interested. The result was excellent. But even with that, we have to do a lot for this sport. We have not to ensure it in the program only, but we have to have more coverage, more participants, and to encourage the other nation to participate in handball. Now, with the world map, you will find a very big potential about handball, Europe, Asia, North Africa. Very good development in America and in Australia. But I think as handball family, as a continent organization, we have to work in a very close cooperation, coordination with the IF and the other continent partner for the benefit of handball and to have more coverage in this sport. All the analysis, marketing is increasing, but this is not only our target. We have a joint target with this, is to have more participants and to develop the technique even in all the other neighbor and friend national federation and countries. This is very good that the NOC never speak about handball without the Olympic program. Everybody start to be known. It's a fact and reality that handball is one of the main sport program on the Olympic. For that, always handball is secure as a sport in the Olympic program. That means in the GE of this, their NOC. I hope we maintain in this position. I hope to develop our position for further and in the benefit of our sport. But the NOC believe, like volleyball, like football, like basketball, like swimming, like track and field, like gymnastic. I think handball, one of those major sport in their agenda. If we can continue to cooperate as the whole family, the whole continent together, under the guidance of the International Handball Federation and the leadership by Dr. Hassan Mustafa and all his AB members, I think in this direction we can achieve our goals. Together we can make our dream true. Together we can make our sport one of the best sport ever in the Olympic program. And this should be our target. Now, if we follow up what has been done by the analysis in the last 12 years, you will find a lot of success. You will find a lot of increasing in all sector of the analysis. But also, we have to reach the sky. For that, we have to work hard to reach the sky. Together as a handball family, as unit, with our unity, our solidarity, our good behavior, our good development program, our good marketing and promotion for our sport, we can make those dreams real, and we can achieve all our goals and keep everybody from this family proud about his sport. Handball family should be always proud about their sport.
Well, you have different levels and different layers of relationship. First and foremost, we have a very beautiful common project. It's the organization of great competitions for the Olympic Games. And in this relationship, I must say we enjoy a very good and professional day-to-day relationship with the IHF, from the president level to the staff of the organization. So that is our common project, and if we look at Beijing and most recently London, this has been extremely well delivered. Then the second level is at the institutional relationship, and there as well we enjoy very good relationship. We work very closely on the development on every front that is of interest to the Olympic movement, and IHF is very responsive in this respect. So I would say these are the two elements of our important relationship. Well, I think again here you have a number of development fronts, and the strategic plan that has been presented now a few months ago by the presidency is going in the right direction. First and foremost, you have to make sure the sports remain attractive to the audience, and the simplification of rules, making it more fast, easier to consume and to understand, is a very good step forward. Then you have the spread of the sport. You have now 180 or over federation, which is an excellent thing. So universally it is present. What needs to be reinforced though is the depth at the highest level. We can see that in the World Championships and the Olympic Games, the sport is still dominated by Europe. However, we have very good signs in the junior competition that emerging countries in handball terms, such as Korea, Argentina, Egypt, Tunisia, are starting to be present in the ranking in the junior competition. So this bodes well for the future of the sport. Then I would say that you have permanently to adapt to the situation in terms of governance. We have threats, and we know this. It's the fight against doping, obviously fight against match fixing, which are very important. It's also making sure that the athletes are integrated into decision-making bodies. These are elements in constant evolution in sport, and IHF has to adapt as well at this level. And finally, I would say that it's important that the sport remains accessible to the greatest number. So anything to be done with the kids in particular is very important. Here you have a program with schools. You have also the development of the beach handball that is very important. The sport has to remain simple. It has to be easy to play, and any efforts in this direction is to be undertaken. The strategic plan is heading in the right direction when we look at the numbers, being the number of spectators during the World Championships, but also the revenues that are increasing, and this is a really good proof that all the measures that have been taken are heading in the right direction. So revenues are up. It is good for the development of the sport. It produces more audience as well, which in turn will generate more participants. And this is the ultimate objective for each and every sport, to generate more participants in it.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحقيقة عندما أتكلم عن العلاقة بين الاتحاد الدولي لكرة اليد والاتحاد الآسيوي لكرة اليد، فأنني أتكلم في نفس الوقت عن العلاقة الحميمة التي تربط معالي الشيخ أحمد الفهد الصباح رئيس الاتحاد الآسيوي لكرة اليد بالدكتور حسن مصطفى رئيس الاتحاد الدولي. وهذه العلاقة طبعا منذ سنوات طويلة، وأثمرت هذه العلاقة الطيبة بين الاثنين على وجود علاقة طيبة جدا بين الاتحاد الدولي والاتحاد الآسيوي. الاتحاد الدولي دائما وأبدا متعاون معنا في تنظيم البطولات، دائما وأبدا متعاون معنا في دعم أنشطة الاتحاد الآسيوي لكرة اليد بمختلف فئاتها، تحكيم، تدريب، دورات تدريبية في مختلف المجالات. لا شك أنه الاتحاد الدولي لكرة اليد من خلال بطولات التحدي، من خلال دعم المستمر للدول تحت التطوير في الاتحاد الآسيوي لكرة اليد، يساهم مساهمة كبيرة جدا في رفع مستوى كرة اليد في قارة آسيا، وبالتالي أيضا يساهم في نفس الوقت في رفع كرة اليد على مستوى العالم.
Je voudrais saisir l'occasion pour saluer la disponibilité très marquée du président Hassan Moustapha qui œuvre inlassablement pour le développement du handball de par le monde. Et saisir l'occasion pour confirmer que les relations entre la Confédération africaine de handball et la Fédération internationale de handball sont au beau fixe et que cette remarque fait en sorte que nous puissions bénéficier d'une attention particulière de l'IHF en ce qui concerne les secteurs, les domaines de la formation, les secteurs de l'appui, n'est-ce pas, en équipement, et j'en passe. Je crois que ce que nous faisons ensemble avec une grande complicité participe du progrès du handball en Afrique.
Given the density of competitions in both organizations, we have to have a close cooperation and a close articulation. We do that institutionally through our presence in the Council and in the Commissions, but mostly through a permanent dialogue between the two institutions, between the executive of the International Federation and the finance delegation of the European Federation. It's the coordination concerning competitions, nomination of referees, of delegates. We must not compete on this level, we must be complementary. But we also deal with global issues, the basic principles of the life of handball in Europe, in the world, and vice versa. And for example, in the run-up to a Congress, we have rich exchanges concerning the potential impact of planned motions on the various levels.
And to be part of the Olympic family means a global interest in our sport. And this global interest is not only reflected in the TV audience, but for us, even more important, the number of member federations, and this number is growing. Just look at this wall in our headquarters in Basel. It shows that the flags of all our member federations, a big number, or
The number of member federations in 2012 was 190, which is an increase of 33% compared to 1998. The steady growth of handball attracts new national Olympic committees to establish handball federations in their countries. IHF President Dr. Hassan Mustafa held several meetings with national Olympic committees in Pan America,